like 100 men, and not one of them has approached.
Ideal age for people to start getting married and have kids is 26 or 27. That's my age. I just turned 26 and have always been single.
Cancel the holidays. Winter is
here. All right, here we go. We are 26 now and can't find a relationship? Oh my God. What are we doing out here? I guess the men have told the line in sand to let the ladies know that they will no longer be walked over. You're in a place with hundreds of men and not one has spoke to you? That lets you know something.
It is time to stop the fuckery.
So with that, let's get into this video.
This is my proof that I think that the population is gonna slowly decline because I am in a room of like 100 men and not one of them has approached. I just think men this day and age don't want to date.
The arrogance and entitlement is on 100. Ma'am, maybe you just aren't those guys' type also. So let's think of it like this. If you don't approach and they don't approach and nobody approaches, this right here might be the problem. Ladies, the unpopular opinion is go approach these men. Keep holding on to your societal standards and you will be perpetually single. But no, Sarge, I don't want to be a pick-me. I guess you just got picked over then. Or not picked at all.
Never having been picked, never having been wanted, never having been desired, as you go through all of these years. 27 years for me, 27 years.
I'm single, I'm 35, and quite honestly, I'm lonely.
I'm just so lonely.
I'm so over waiting. Like, when is it gonna be my turn?
She made another video after this video because she was getting that work in the comment section. But however, let's pay attention. Let's figure out what she has to say.
I think I missed my target audience because based on the comments of those videos, I think we need to have a chat. I recently saw a news article that said the ideal age for people to start getting married and have kids is 26 or 27. I'm going to say that again. The ideal age to get married and start having kids is 26 and 27. That's my age.
So my question to you is, what are you doing? Why are you waiting? Stop waiting. Go out there and go get what you want if you want it bad enough.
So I'm sorry, with who? Literally what? Because people 26, 27, they're not dating anymore. I seriously know more single people than people in relationships. And every single time you go out, it's a sea of single.
Well, if it's a sea of single, that means there is nothing but opportunity. Are you going to seize it or are you just going to complain about it? That's what we want to know.
On top of that, there's also so many people who have never been in relationships before. The people who are in relationships either met one of two ways, through a dating app, or they've been high school sweethearts, and all the power to that. However, there's really no in between. I just turned 26 and have always been single. And when I tell people who are older than me that fact, they're like, what? What are you talking about? And are just so beyond confused.
Yes, you are absolutely correct because it is confusing. And once again, it's not that hard. Just get in your Sadie Hawkins mode. If you don't know what that is, that was the dance where the women went to go ask the men to the dance. That's it. The question is, are you going to sit back and allow yourself to be paralyzed because you refuse to make the first move?
And then I sit there explaining to them how when you go out in public, people don't really like talk to strangers.
Would you rather be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear?
Bear. Man is scary. With a bear. What I've heard about bears, they don't always attack you, right? Unless you like fuck with them. So maybe a bear.
Depends what man, but probably a bear.
Oh, 100% a bear, which is like terrifying to say, but...
Oh yeah, that's right, the bear. We totally forgot y'all feel safer with a bear as far as ladies go. Not all, but some. Seems like most.
So the moral of the story and the whole reason I made that video is because I want more people to talk to each other when you go out in public. I am a super extreme extrovert girl, so I'm always going up and about and talking to people. However, wouldn't it be fun if we could all like mingle together all the time and not be scared to approach someone?
How about this? I absolutely agree with you to this aspect. Now, ladies, you have to be the one to be more forthcoming and say, hey, how are you? Start the conversation. do all the stuff. Now, I know you may be like, but what about the men? Listen, the whataboutisms is done here. Because as we can see, the men are controlling the dating market because you refuse to say anything.
Because at this rate, I think I'm going to have to meet like a DoorDash driver or something. Because your girl just doesn't like online dating. I said what I said. And unfortunately, our society right now is very much like a drive-through Uber Eats, DoorDash society. Okay, that's all. Cannot believe that the comments on that video are so insane. Although the one thing that it did prove to me is my exact point, that people are not approaching other people in public anymore. Even though I'm not really agreeing with all the comments, it's still a fact. Okay, bye!
All right, gentlemen, let me know, and ladies, let me know what you think of the video. As far as, are we ever going to go back to, let's say, Gen X's generation? Because, listen, Gen X, I'm going to tell you like this. We were so hard on the scene. Once again, there was no phones. Cell phones, that is. And it was pen and paper. And it was all about memorizing that number if you didn't have pen and paper. Like, literally, we were mathematical geniuses when it came to 7 digits. Because, once again, chances are you probably spoke to someone who lived in your area code, because anything else was long distance, and your mom and your dad would have beat your butt if you ever called long distance. Like I said, new generation, new people. However, leave it down below and let me know. Is she off? Am I off? Should women not approach men? Or is this just going to be what it's going to be forever until AI and robots come take over the dating landscape? And then also, as a bonus treat, I'm going to give you a preview of a video that's already out. So that way you can go ahead and look at that one and go check that one out after you get done with all of these. You're welcome.
I'd rather make 50K and my wife make 50K before I go and make 250. Versus a man that makes 250K, has to take care of the kids, has to take care of his wife because she doesn't work.
All right, I have to call out bad behavior when I see it. Gentlemen, the goal is never to make less money. The goal will always be able to make the most amount of money possible. Just so y'all do know, there will be plenty of commentary in this video, and then in the end, I will have his video full all the way through so that way you can watch it without any distractions.
I'd rather make 50K and my wife make 50K before I go and make 250.
And don't get me wrong, listen, when I say this is out of respect, as I do with anybody. You should not limit yourself because you think you have to pay more bills. Now, once again, I'm pretty sure I'm a lot older than this gentleman right here. However, it has nothing to do with that. Should your wife work if you have one and she's not rearing kids? Why not? Absolutely.
By myself and be the only income. Both bring in $110,000, $120,000 together. That's good money, especially with no kids.
You have reached the end of this preview. Please feel free to go to the YouTube page and watch the video in its entirety.